And a very good morning, Caterham Fest. It's nice to be with you. This is the Whyteleafe and Kenley Community Hub based in Whyteleafe, and we're here today to tell you a little bit about what we have done and what we're doing in the future in the Whyteleafe area. Today we are joined by the manager of the Whyteleafe Tavern, Mel.
Hi.
And Mel has been really helping us out in the community, where we have been collecting food for people over the Christmas period, and that have been given generously by the community to the Whyteleafe and Kenley community, originally the community page, but it's now moved on quite considerably, and we now have a Facebook page called the Whyteleafe and Kenley Community Hub. Now, the centre of our universe in Whyteleafe has been, of course, the Whyteleafe Tavern, and Mel has very generously offered the Whyteleafe Tavern, being closed unfortunately during our pandemic, and you've been storing everything here for us, haven't you?
I have indeed.
Absolutely incredible. So all the stocks and everything have been here with Mel, and of course the generosity of people has been absolutely incredible, isn't it?
Yeah, it has.
What sort of things have we been getting in, food-wise?
Tins of lots of soups, tomatoes, beans, pasta, rice, cereals, all sorts of things that are easy to use,
Quite
easy
a lot
to store.
And one of the things I noticed, what people generously donated, which a lot of people don't think about when you are in need, is sanitary products. We got quite a lot of sanitary, didn't we?
Yeah, there is quite a bit of sanitary stuff.
And you know, thank God that people weren't just thinking of food, because there were people in the community that did need sanitary. And of course, if you've got a family, a lot of the things that you think about first of all is feeding your kids, and you're not thinking about yourself, about your own personal hygiene and cleanliness. So when we packaged all of our things up, when we gave to all of the families over Christmas, a lot of the people were, as you know, quite happy to receive those sanitary products, as pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
So we did get quite a mixture of things here, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. We've had quite a good mixture of stuff.
And now, of course, somebody has donated us some shoes and things like that as well. So that's our little next project, isn't it? We had kindly had donated by a lady's, how many pairs of shoes did we have?
300 plus?
300 pairs of shoes, which we are going to distribute to those who are less needy, that do need pairs of shoes. And as crazy as it sounds, it's not a thing that you would think about, a pair of shoes, but it's actually one of the most important things, you know, a pair of shoes. So we're really, really thankful for that. And of course, we're moving on with what we're doing on the Whyteleafe and Kenley Community Hub. We're extending it outside of Christmas because there is a real need. You must see quite a lot of people that sit here, you know, that come in, that you know that are in need as well, and you know, it's maybe giving the odd extra little bit, or the extra little bit of that, you know, to those who are less fortunate, or that sit here for an hour or two with a pint because they're less fortunate as well.
Yeah.
And it's only, I think, you see that sort of thing if you sort of stand back and you look from afar, where you get somebody make a pint of lager last an hour or two.
Yeah, you don't realise how many people are in need nowadays.
It's quite incredible, isn't it? I mean, you know, ordinarily you'd go into a pub and you know, maybe have 2 or 3 lagers an hour, and then you see someone in the corner only, you know, with one. So the need, even from the pub's point of view, all the way down to the families locally in Whyteleafe, there is this huge need of everything, whether it be social drinking or to the extreme where there's no food on the table. These are the extreme measures that we are seeing in our local community. Now, you may think that, oh well, if they've got enough to go to the pub, they've got enough money, but that's not necessarily the case. Sometimes it's about just going out because they need to get out of the four walls of being kept in, just maybe they have a studio apartment or something like that, and they need to socialise, and sometimes just that one pint that they have is their lifeline and gives them their sanity for the day. So that's why the Whyteleafe Tavern in our community is the centre of our community, and that's the way we want to try and keep it. And we're going to try and centre things around our area and the Whyteleafe Tavern as being our focal hub. And you're doing it so well, but unfortunately, when you arrived here, you were closed almost. What was it, after a couple of months?
11 days.
11 days.
Yeah.
So you were just getting to know your customers, and then you closed.
Yeah.
And then you opened again a short time afterwards. How long were you open? Days again, wasn't it? The next time?
A couple of months.
A couple of months?
Yeah.
You see, I've got it back to front, haven't I?
Yeah.
So you opened a couple of months and then you closed again?
Yeah. We made quite a lot of friends though.
It's incredible, the area, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, everyone's friendly, community's brilliant.
There really is a sense of a community in Whyteleafe, and I think that's what we need to build on. And again, you're seeing it here, aren't you? You're seeing that togetherness.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, thanks for joining us, Mel. And Mel will be with us in the Whyteleafe Community Hub, helping us in the background, doing lots of things. I'm going to introduce to you now somebody else who is helping us in the community. He's another one of the volunteers. Now, of course, Mel, I forgot to mention, as well as having the pub, is a volunteer. I'm going to introduce you, if we swing round, this is Andy.
Hi.
And Andy is also one of our volunteers, stroke committee members, who is helping us put all of these things together in our community. Now, one of the things that we've just done, Andy, is the laptops. We put, well, yourself mainly, you've got some great ideas coming forward to help us, because we've all got specialist areas, but yours was a really, really good one. And that was, of course, the laptops. So you put out a call for help, didn't you?
Yeah, I thought I'd suck it and see, basically. I put out just one advert on 2 sites, one called Nextdoor, Nextdoor Whyteleafe specifically, and the other one called Trash Nothing, which is a subsidiary of FreeCycle. I didn't get anything back from Trash Nothing, but then people tend to advertise on that, and then things get snapped up and sold on eBay the following day, which is
crazy,
sad.
isn't it?
But from the Nextdoor Whyteleafe side, I got an amazing response. To date, we've had 11 laptops offered to us, one of which was absolutely spanking brand new. The gentleman had bought it and said he didn't use it, so he was happy to give it away. Another gentleman in Sanderstead gave us 3 all at once that he'd wiped all the memory of. They just where people have updated their laptops, and they're quite happy to give them away. I mean, probably a lot of us have got laptops sitting around in the house. I certainly have. Unfortunately, the screen is broken, so mine is no good. But as long as they're working, they're so useful to the children who can't work from home if they haven't got access to a laptop.
Well, I mean, this is it. I mean, local people have been so generous to give in our local community. I mean, it's been absolutely incredible, where people have just opened their doors, opened their arms, welcomed us to say, what can we do for you? What can we give you? And those laptops.
Amazing.
I mean, I don't think that we were quite ready for 11 laptops or 11 devices, and they just appeared. And what tell us where they went, Andy?
They all went down to Whyteleafe Primary School. There was a whole stack of them, as you remember yourself. We took them down there together. A whole stack of them in the reception area, and they're waiting for their IT man to come along, check them out, put the necessary software on, and then donate them to the children who either don't have the laptops at home, or quite often it's the case where there is a laptop at home, but of course mum or dad are working from home, so they can't be spared for the kids to work on them. And to have children sent to school because they can't have access to a laptop at home is ridiculous.
So these are some of the positive things that we are trying to achieve in Whyteleafe, trying to give something back to our local community, and of course with the help of Andy, with the help of Mel, and with the help of a lot of our volunteers, we are trying to go quite a few ways, trying to do lots of things within our community. And if there's anything that you feel that we need to do in our community, and maybe if you're not in Whyteleafe that you should be doing in your community too, these are the sort of actions that you can through a light bulb moment create to do things within your community for those people that not always that are less fortunate than you, but at this moment in time that have been laid off due to this pandemic need this help.
Could I just say, it's
course.
amazing what happens if you just ask.
Absolutely.
If you don't ask, you'll get nothing. Ask, and who knows.
So if you would like to help out in the Whyteleafe and Kenley Community Hub, we are actually on Facebook. Feel free to join. If you want to be a volunteer, we are here. What I'm going to do is the lady who's actually holding the camera now, she doesn't want to, but I'm just going to get her to say a few words about also what she is doing in our community. So Sarah is going to pass me the phone and I'm going to turn it around and say hello to Sarah. Hello.
Hello.
Now, and a very good afternoon. Welcome back. This is part 2 of our video. I'm going to introduce you to our co-coordinator, who is Sarah Jones, and she's been doing some absolutely amazing things with us on the Whyteleafe and Kenley Community Hub. So a very good afternoon. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks,
Nice to see you. So what are the things that we are now looking for moving forward in the Whyteleafe and Kenley Community Hub? What's our next steps?
So our next steps is to help everybody through lockdown. So if you have any problems, any needs, then please let us know. Andy's already spoken about the laptops, which was a need we didn't even know existed. We found out about it. Andy went and sorted it out for everybody. Food, big thing. It's not just problems at Christmas. People are struggling, even people that haven't previously had problems, being furloughed, losing their jobs. If you need any help and support, particularly around food, do not sit in silence. I know it's very difficult to come forward. You need a lot of courage, but believe me, give me a call, let me know that you're in need. We don't share your details with anybody. Very select number actually know who is in need, and then we'll deliver to you. Again, no problems. So until we know that you're in need, we really can't help. But we're talking also about people's wellness. We're going to, on our Facebook page, we're going to have Motivational Mondays, we're going to have Wellness Wednesdays, we're going to be doing yoga and exercises. We're going to really be trying to keep the community together. There's a real sense of community developing in Whyteleafe, and if you want to be part of that, please come on the Community Hub and help direct us and help your neighbour, really.
And of course, we have a phone number, which is a 24-hour number. So if you do want to message us, there's a phone number there as well, and there's a WhatsApp button. So if you want to get involved, like Sarah says, or just want to know what's going on in the area, or do maybe just the smallest thing. It may seem very small to you, but to somebody, it could open up their world and get them out of maybe a rut that they may be in, or it may be that they just need somebody to talk to. So we're here for you. That's the Whyteleafe and Kenley Community Hub, and you can find us on Facebook. And we'd like to wish all of you guys a happy Caterham Fest, and long may it rain, and hopefully we'll see you again next year. Have a great day. Bye.
Bye.
You ready? Well, a very good morning. Welcome to the Whyteleafe and Kenley area, and this is the Whyteleafe and Kenley Community Hub. Now, we've involved ourselves a lot with the local church, which is St Luke's here in Whyteleafe, and today we are with Reverend Annie, who joins us. Hello, Annie.
Hello.
So, what have we been doing in Whyteleafe and the Kenley area to support lots of local people? Now, of course, our initiatives started over Christmas, and we started with the Christingle, of course. So, would you like to tell people what our plan was, what we were going to do?
This is something you should have done. Yes. What is that television programme that says here's something you should have won, but you didn't? Christingle. Yes, we were aiming to have a huge big event for our Christingle service at Christmas, so that the whole community could get involved, building Christingles together and lighting candles and praying for each other and all of that. And we had a big plan to have Father Christmas and presents for all, and the local shops were going to come and provide food and refreshments for everybody. It was going to be the best thing. But so much good has come out of that. It really has. One of the things we actually did do and were able to do was our folk here at St Luke's and in the community got together and knit sheep, which we put in shop windows in Whyteleafe in the village, and children came along and identified the names of the sheep and which shop they were in, entered a competition, which a lovely little girl called India won.
Okay.
That has actually brought something new to our church, which is certainly new to me. I know I've only been here for sort of about a year and a half, but I've discovered that we have a lot of good knitters in our community. So we're about to launch on our next knitting campaign to get everybody knitting for the community. Things like blankets for the neonatal units in hospitals, that sort of thing, so that where there's a need for things to be knit, we can do it. So good things are coming out of it, and good relationships with the shops and the...
It has opened up the community, isn't it? It's like a world we didn't know was... It's not that we didn't know it was there, it's just that in these hard times, people have come forward.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's that connection as well with the church. It's things that we want to do as a church that are actually resounding with the community as well. As we decide we want to love our neighbour, so does everybody else.
It is amazing. I wasn't shocked or surprised. I was pleasantly surprised just how many people just said, "I'm here if you need me." Whereas before, the Godstone Road, as you well know through Whyteleafe, kind of has, as the traffic's got busier and busier, well, over the years, it's separated the community, that road. But this, out of hardship, out of what we're going through, has cemented and brought all of those people back together again. And a lot of them are saying this is how it used to be.
Yeah.
And it's almost a feeling of reunitement.
It is. And it's been really good. It's almost the same sort of thing for the church, because when lockdown first started, we did lockdown activity packs for all our vulnerable people, and gave them food, and Tesco's donated stuff for us to give out, and we were doing crosswords for them and all sorts of things that to keep people who thought they were going to be bored during lockdown, doing things. And we decided we'd have a thank you tree. One of our trees over by the road we designated as a thank you tree, and people brought and hung things on it, little messages of thank you. And that's been a really good thing for us to see as a church, that it's not just all about our people inside the church, but it's about the community as well getting involved, because actually we all do want the same thing. We all do want to look after each other and be there for each other.
As funny as it sounds, and this is going to sound quite strange to some people, but it's a bit like if you ever saw the film Sister Act, where the church went out into where the church went out into the community, and the community welcomed with open arms. But in this case, it wasn't like the church had never been there for people.
Yes.
It's that the fact that people were more welcoming of the church, or hadn't been to church for a very long time, and sort of it not pulled them back in, but
more people are more open-minded, I think, about the church, and realise that to be involved in the church doesn't mean you have to go out and tell everybody about your faith and whatever. You can show your faith by doing things. You don't have to. You don't have to come to church, but it's nice to be involved with church. It doesn't have to be.
So what else have the church got planned for future things? Is there anything that you'd like to tell
all the local people in the Caterham Fest as to what you've got planned or things you'd like to do but you need help with in the community?
Certainly. Well, there's a couple of things that spring to mind. First of all, at Christmas as well, we had carol singing because we could do it outside. We were allowed to sing outside, and I think that's more the kind of thing that we'd like to do. We'd like to involve the community in our singing. Once we're allowed to sing again, it would be great. We have a group of singers called Luke's Larks who led the carol singing, and they're not all people from our church. They're people from the community. So if we could grow that choir, that would be amazing. That would be a lovely thing to do. And also now thinking ahead, we're thinking of Easter and this beautiful churchyard that we have. Why don't we have an Easter egg hunt around the entire churchyard? I think that would be a good idea.
The volume is gone. We'll be back in a minute. Hello again. And that is a great churchyard, as you can see.
Lends itself to an Easter egg hunt, doesn't it? So it'd be lovely to do that so that everybody can get involved.
And if you haven't been to St Luke's Church and you haven't been into the graveyard, why don't you tell people what's here in the graveyard?
Well, one of the things that's here, actually, this bench kind of commemorates. This bench is quite a new one, and it's here in memory, as it says, in memory of all those who served at RAF Kenley. And behind the camera are the graves, the war graves of those who died in battle from RAF Kenley. So we're very pleased to be able to have them here. It's funny,
quite incredible, isn't it?
We're looking at it in the snow. It's really funny to see how different it looks in the snow. In the summer, it just, with all the flowers when they're out and the spring flowers, it looks beautiful. So I do hope people will come and visit the churchyard at different times of the year.
What we'll do, if we can just pan around to those beautiful graves that are just behind you there. If you haven't been here, these are some of the graves.
And it's a huge churchyard. It goes on forever. It really does. It's lovely to walk round.
So those graves are for the people that fell. It's in the Second World War, wasn't it?
Yes.
The Second World War. And I'm led to believe. I mean, even though I live here in Whyteleafe, it's not my faith. I still feel quite drawn in to the church because it does so many different things here. And if you saw the graves here, I'm not going to say it's eerie. It's actually. It's a very, very different church. It's not your average, I call it a graveyard. I don't see it as a graveyard. I see it as the church with some tombstones in. I know it may sound mad.
But do you know what? It's a link. This is our community. This is, it has a history. And this is the link with the people. And this is what I've been finding during these times. I've had to do quite a lot of funerals and cremations, as you can imagine. But what I'm learning about the people who I'm burying, and this is our community here. And the person that I buried on Thursday lived in Whyteleafe for 60 years, and is an amazing Christian person. And how lovely! What a privilege to be able to bury them here in our churchyard. And I'm learning, and it connects me because I haven't been here very long. And I now feel more and more part of this community. It sounds silly, doesn't it? But because of the funerals, because of this churchyard where we are.
It's really funny you say that, with you being here just a year. And for those of you that have been here for many, many years, you'll know the Whyteleafe of old. I've gone through some old books of Whyteleafe, and I've only been here for 6 years, and I feel so connected with this community.
Yeah.
I've never been so connected with actually anywhere I've ever lived. It has something special, our community.
It does.
And with all the things that we're doing, I'm really hoping that we do bring this community together.
It's the people.
Yeah.
It really is. It's the people. I've never known anything like it.
Yeah. So if people want to have a look at what St Luke's doing, or your website, how do people find you?
The website is the best place, www.stlukeswhyteleafe.co.uk, and my email is vicar@stlukeswhyteleafe.co.uk. So and that's on the website too. So everything we do links to things like, gosh, yes, we have a mid-monthly charity quiz as well on Zoom, which the link is on the website again. Please do join us for the quiz. All you need to bring is a pen and paper and a sense of humour, and nibbles and drinks if you want to, because you're there in your own home, and just join us. It's really good fun.
Well, thank you, Reverend Annie. That's great. That's given you a little bit of information about St Luke's in Whyteleafe, and don't forget, we are linking up the Whyteleafe and Kenley Community Hub. We're going to be doing lots of work with St Luke's Church, and they're going to be working alongside us as well. And you can find us on Facebook. You can either find our community page, which is the Whyteleafe and Kenley community page, which covers the whole of Whyteleafe. But if you want to get involved in what we're doing, it's specifically the Whyteleafe and Kenley Community Hub, which is made up of volunteers who are all local people in Whyteleafe, and if you want to volunteer, you can also get involved. Thanks for watching, and enjoy the Caterham Fest.